why is it important that it's a stupid question to ask, but why is it important that we know how the buyer makes purchasing decisions?
Yeah,
or the process of choosing, I guess.
Yeah, sure. Well, it's that classic thing of, we've all been in those deals where we thought that we're doing great, and all of a sudden we're told that we haven't won. I'm like, well, hang on, what happened there? And it's, there was 7 other stakeholders that we never knew were involved in the process, and that's not because that's not because they're weird. It's just that companies, we always think, as salespeople, we get up in the morning and all we do is sell. And, depending on how complex the sales we are, we might have could even have one deal a quarter we're working on, And so that's all we think about. But the companies we're selling to, we're just not even probably 5% of their day. And so there's always going to be stakeholders, and they're going to rely on other people that maybe are closer to the process. And so you need to know who those people are. You need to know how they're evaluating, who those people are. And there's almost sort of 2 stages. There's the validation side of the decision process where they're kind of figuring out what they need and who to trust for it, and then there's like the authorization side of things where it's about, now we're into procurement process, legal side of things, and all. And to going back to what I said at the top about forecasting, you have, if you don't understand your decision process and your paper process, you have no chance of forecasting accurately. You really, really don't. So yeah, that's why it's so important.
And just to double down on this for a second, it's more than appropriate, especially with procurement, to ask what your decision process is. Right? It's not an unreasonable question to ask, especially in a larger deal size.
Correct. I tell you, I heard an anecdote this week from a gentleman called Kai Kreckel in Germany, who's a top medic consultant there. He told me that the head of procurement at Siemens, who are obviously a gazillion-dollar company, told him that he prefers to buy from companies that use medic because they go to him and they and his team, and they're looking for the right things. They're professional, and they're trying to run an efficient process from both sides. So yeah, absolutely right.
Perfect. Okay, so paper process, an extra P. Medpic. Is that what it gets turned into?
Yeah, and it's so funny. People get so precious over whether it's medic with 1 C, 2 C's, P's, and that sort of stuff. I'm just like, look into them all and find the one that works best for you, because they all have their pros and cons.
Sure.
But yeah, Medpic is similar to the decision process, but it's that, all the things that can happen, especially today with the cloud, as in the world that I sold to technology sales. You've got, data privacy, user privacy, you've got infrastructure security, you've got lawyers, you've got, a gazillion different contracts and everything. And that's what it comes down to. And it's like, it's not just that, it's like who's signing it, who has to approve it before it's signed, what if someone goes on holiday? And so it's really just keeping on top of those things. What can go wrong here, and how am I going to mediate that if it happens? So it's a really straightforward one, but it's a really important one.